For my honored educator, I chose Jason Calkins. For those of you who don't know, Coach Calkins is an elementary gym teacher and high school track and field coach. Although I wasn't lucky enough to have Calkins as a gym teacher, I was lucky enough to have him as a coach and a mentor. Throughout my years of high school, I have learned a lot from Calkins, such as how to properly use blocks, how to not drop the baton during the 4x1, and that it's unnecessary to cry before every race. In all seriousness, Calkins taught me one of the most important lessons of all, how to believe in myself. Entering my freshman year, I lacked a lot of things: speed, strength, and most importantly, confidence. Before every race, Calkins would have to talk me off a ledge because I didn't believe in myself, only to give me that "I told you so" look after the race was over. Calkins knew exactly how to push me to my limits, all while giving me his endless support to reach my goals. This quality of his applies itself outside of track as well. With every decision I've ever made, Calkins has been one of the first people to tell me that I'm capable of anything I put my mind to, whether that be breaking a PR or choosing an ambitious career. I've always received nothing but positivity and motivation from him, which is a quality of his I cannot thank him enough for. As we all know, this year has sent quite a few curveballs our way, but Calkins has never let that change his positive outlook. In the face of adversity, he continued to look for positive, which has inspired me to do the same. Although I decided to not run track this year, I continue to look for Calkins for advice and remember the confidence that he allowed me to find. I know that no matter what events are thrown my way, I will be able to reflect on his actions and continue to have a positive outlook. Thank you for always believing in me, even when I didn't believe in myself, and teaching me to make the best out of the worst times. You're the bomb.
Mrs. Graham started off my academic career as my kindergarten teacher. Between then and now, I have had countless influential and honorable teachers. However, Mrs. Graham has remained on my mind for the last 13 years. Believe it or not, it wasn't due to her exceptional skills at teaching me the ABCs or how she directed me to clean up after myself, a skill I'm still working on today. Instead, it was Mrs. Graham's actions outside of the classroom that caused me to choose her as my honored educator. My mom befriended Mrs. Graham when I was very young, and ever since then, she's been a crucial person in my life. She has made it to every dance, responded to every single one of my emergency texts, and has supplied me with endless laughter during late nights full of games and movies. She's my rock, my friend, and the best honorary mother a girl could ask for. So thank you so much for all that you do, Morgan. I promise that it never goes unnoticed. I love you.
During my time at Sandy Valley, there was certainly no shortage of amazing teachers. However, Mrs. Kale was one who always went above and beyond every single day to make her students feel welcome in her classroom. She's an amazing teacher, a wonderful role model, and someone who I will never forget far after I've left Sandy Valley. She's not only helped me realize my full potential as a student, but helped me realize my potential as a person. And I want to thank her for encouraging all of us to be the best versions of ourselves so we could possibly be both in and out of the classroom. I'm so grateful to have had her as a teacher for all those years in high school, and thank you for making them the best.
Throughout my time at Sandy Valley, I have had several amazing teachers who have shaped me into the person I am today. However, I've been lucky enough to have been mentored, guided, and inspired by one man in particular for a whole 7 years, Mr. Carnes, Master of Music. We were his first group of 6th graders to rise up through the years and graduate, so in a way, this is Mr. Carnes' graduation year too. I can still vividly remember the day I met Mr. Carnes. It was his first year as band director in the summer before my 6th grade year. My friends and I were the flag holders in the Hall of Fame parade in which Mr. Carnes was leading the SB marching band. On the bus ride to the parade route, one of my favorite songs at the time came on the radio, which I was really excited about. He said, "Sing it!" And I told him no because I was too embarrassed. And then he told me, well, I'd sing it with you if I knew the words. And I knew then what a kind-hearted person my soon-to-be band director was. Since then, Mr. Carnes has taught me discipline through the principles of marching band, but also the importance of unity, as we are a true family in band, and Mr. Carnes is the heart of it. The band room is a sanctuary for many of us, and together as a group, we have faced thick and thin. We have been through triumphs and experienced loss, but through the power and influence of music, Mr. Carnes has shown us how to persevere. It is important how vulnerable he is with us, and it is clear that Mr. Carnes cares truly and deeply about each and every one of his students. I thank him for being my personal therapist when I face difficult situations, and for always being there for me when I need someone to rant to or talk to. He gives the best advice. Not to mention, he's one of the funniest people I know. Thank you, Mr. Carnes, for all of the laughs, memories, and music over the years. I will never forget the fun I've had in band with you. Sincerely, Raz.
I am incredibly honored to have been surrounded by the most welcoming, encouraging, and inspiring teachers I have ever met. I am even more blessed to have met one teacher in particular who has created an enormous positive impact in my life. Supportive, honest, and driven are only few of the many words to describe Jed Lee. My entire high school career, Lee has pushed me to be the best version of myself, both inside and outside the weight room. With that, I have learned many valuable lessons along the way. Lee taught me the importance of independence and how pivotal it is to work at things solely for myself. He constantly motivates me to be a leader no matter what situation I enter, but most importantly, Coach Lee has helped me gain immense confidence within myself. Don't let that fool you though. This guy despises the idea of sugarcoating anything. Yet, there is nothing I appreciate more than having someone in my life who isn't afraid to be genuinely honest with me. In fact, he has helped me grow into a much stronger person because of it. Thank you, Jed Lee, for the best advice, encouraging words, and really dumb jokes. You were the best teacher I never had.
Alright, Mr. Schwall, it's kind of no secret that you've kind of always been my favorite teacher, I guess you could say, for lack of better words. Not only have you been there throughout all of my mental crises, but you've definitely supported me in every path that I've chosen. And you've been there to not only back me up, but to give me your true and honest advice. And I couldn't thank you enough for that. And there's probably going to be many more questions to come, and I hope that you'll be there to answer them for me.
Mr. Schwall and I met in my 8th grade year, when he was tasked with teaching one of the best and worst honors classes in Sandy Valley history. Not because we were bad, just because we were very comfortable around each other and had the bad habit of testing our teachers with how much they would let us get away with. Mr. Schwall seemed like he would be an easy pushover when we first walked in, but he quickly made it known that he wouldn't let our goofing off get in the way of our learning, resisting every effort to get him off topic. He insisted on assigning homework every night, against countless attempts to persuade him not to. Numerous headaches were caused by remembering I had math homework at the last minute. He ingrained the phrase, "practice makes perfect," into my brain, and now I'll have that habit for the rest of my academic career. No matter how many headaches he caused me, his insistence on his students being the best they can be really will help me in the long run. He explained the world to us through his own unique lens, like how not guilty in a courtroom means that the null hypothesis couldn't be proven beyond a reasonable doubt to be wrong, not that the accused is innocent. Everything seems so much more understandable when he explains it, and I'll no doubt think to everything he's taught me for the rest of my life.
Good morning, my name is Hannah Peterson and I chose Mr. Fisher as my honored educator. I have always looked up to him as a leader in our community, and I've just been so thankful that he has been so supportive coming to our Carroll County Fair or during track. He's always been there for support and encouragement. And my favorite memory with Mr. Fisher is I was working on a scholarship project and I asked if I could interview him, and during the interview he gave me the advice that all change starts at the local level, and I feel like Mr. Fisher has just poured into developing my character and my leadership through those experiences, and as well as we spent over 45 minutes talking after just about life after high school. I just want to thank you again for all that you do.
After many trips to Panera last summer, I feel as if my connection with Mrs. Irwin is very strong. Mrs. Irwin is without a doubt one of the kindest people I've ever met, and I'm super glad that yearbook has brought me closer to her. Aside from being so kind, Mrs. Irwin always has time to listen to my crazy rants about how stressed I am, whether she's helping me with my comp assignments or she's just telling me that everything's going to get done and everything's going to be okay. I'm blessed to have had somebody like Mrs. Irwin by my side the past couple years, from writing recommendations for me to just having her to crack jokes with all the time, to us never knowing how we're going to get the yearbook done on time. We always had the most fun. And that's why I'm proud to have had Mrs. Irwin as my teacher, and I'll always remember the amazing memories that we've made.
When we were asked to pick a teacher to be your honored educator, I knew exactly that I wanted to pick Mr. Burgert from Camp South High School. Walking in on the first day of junior year, I had no idea what to expect from the graphic design program or of Berg personally. But over the past year, Berg has really come to understand my limits and continued to push me because he knew I could succeed both academically and personally. I watched Berg take risks for all of his students because he saw potential in every student no matter where they came from or who they were. Without Mr. Berger's advice and guidance, I wouldn't have the opportunities or memories that I cherish so much as a graduating senior. Thank you so much for everything, Berg. I'll miss you so much, and congratulations to the class of 2021.
Hope was my microbiology teacher at Altman College. In lab, we did a lot of experiments such as we made yogurt from just milk and bacteria. In the beginning of the semester, I realized that this class was going to be a little challenging for me, but she helped me through it. She also taught me how to critically think and taught me how the biochemical tests that we performed in lab would relate to me in healthcare. She always maintained a positive attitude, which made me and the other students want to come to class to learn. With this positive attitude, it set the mood for class, and this impacted me because it made me keep a positive attitude through the difficult times of the pandemic.
During my time at Sandy Valley, there have been many teachers who have impacted my high school career. Mrs. Crow has always been the top of the list. She is a great teacher, a great role model, and an amazing friend. And whether or not she knew it, she would always cheer you up when you had an off day. I admire her optimism and the relationship she built between each and every one of her students. My favorite part about her is when she would bring in pictures of her house being decorated during Christmas time and the amount of Christmas trees she had. I just want to thank Mrs. Crow and every other teacher at Sandy Valley for making my high school career one to remember.
Hi, I'm Megan Gantz, and I picked Mr. Schwall as my teacher because no matter where we were in the lesson plans, he never moved on from a topic until he knew that we fully understood the concept. He also never made us feel bad for not understanding a topic and even reassured us a lot of the times when it was a hard concept because he knew that our class was notorious for beating ourselves up over not understanding something right away. I had him all throughout high school, and he helped me to understand that it doesn't have to be perfect on the first try. Thank you, Mr. Schwall, for not only teaching us math, but also valuable life lessons.
The teacher I chose to give my cum laude speech about would have to be Mr. Schwall. I feel like he had the most impact on me as a student, mainly because he was with me throughout my entire high school career. Even when I went off campus this year, I struggled a lot during calculus, and he would give me tutoring sessions whenever he could, and had it not been for Mr. Schwall, I wouldn't have passed calculus. I've never seen him give up on a single student. He has the most passion for teaching out of every teacher I've ever met. I don't know how someone can enjoy math so much, but the fact that he can bring that passion and positivity to a place like school and work, I find extremely admirable and respectable. I respect Mr. Schwall a lot, and I would not be the person I am today without Schwall, mainly because I likely would have failed math. So thank you, Mr. Schwall. I appreciate you more than you know.
I picked Mrs. Lewis as my teacher to honor because not only has she been a teacher to me, but she's also kind of been like a parent or like friend, I guess you'd say. In 7th grade, I had her as my science teacher. Like, everybody loves her, so it's not very surprising why I love her. But she was the first teacher that made me actually enjoy science class, which was crazy because I never actually liked science before. And then she was also the reason that I wanted to go into the animal science program when I got into high school as well. I haven't seen her in a little while, like ever since I stopped going to actual school, but I hope she knows that I love her and that I am very, very grateful for everything that she's done for memory and all the information she's given me and advice, and I don't know, it's going to be really hard leaving school and knowing that I'm not going to be able to just go down there, but I love her, and yeah, I guess that's it.
Dear Coach Gamble, I want to start off by saying thank you for not only everything you've done for me, but everyone here at Sandy Valley. You've pushed me to do things that I did not know was possible for myself. I believe I wouldn't be the person I am today without your constant support on and off the field. Your life lessons will stick with me forever. Thank you for everything you've done the past 4 years.
During one of the toughest times of my life, Miss Bigler became my rock. She stood by my side during the times I needed someone the most and always took the time out of her day to listen. She was the only teacher that went out of her way to make me feel comfortable switching from a hospital setting to a school setting. Every day in class, we would listen to music and we'd all dance, so we made a day at the end of the week to just let loose and feel free. We'd all just dance and have fun during Dance Party Friday. Not only did Miss B let us let loose at the end of the week, she also checked in on us almost every day, which meant the world to all of us. Miss Bigler has helped me change my perspective and gratitude on my life, and I appreciate everything she's done for the school community and for myself. I love you so much, Miss B. Thank you for making my journey in high school memorable.
My name is Faith Geib, and I'm going to be honoring Mr. Carnes, the band teacher. Mr. Carnes, thank you so much. Thank you for all of the jokes in class, and thanks for the times that you let me cry. Thank you for the boo at the school, and the time you dressed up as Santa Claus when we were having the Jingle Bells parade. Thank you so much for making my senior year and all of my years amazing. You have Sawyer and his little sister who's going to be born soon, and I know that they have a really good father and they're going to be really good people one day.
I'm Abigail Martin, and for my honored educator, I chose Miss Denholm, my first grade teacher. I know it may seem forever ago since we were in first grade. However, her kind soul definitely stuck with me throughout these years. She taught me to stay happy no matter the circumstance. Every time I think of her, it definitely brightens my day, yet makes me extremely sad because I know I'll be leaving the nest soon and I will miss her very much. I hope you continue to uplift everyone's spirits like you did mine, Miss Denholm. Thank you.
Technically, this isn't considered public speaking since it's recorded, which is good because I'm not much of a public speaker. I am, however, a performer. If you didn't know, I sing, and the teacher I selected has greatly helped me with that over the past 4 years. Mrs. Humphrey let me join Select Choir as a very quiet, very shy freshman and believed in me the entire time. She has always encouraged me and been willing to explain any vocal-related questions I've had. She even helped me in finding a teacher to go to for private lessons. Singing in front of people can be terrifying, but Mrs. Humphrey never made me feel less than for being anxious or for the way I lacked confidence in the past. I truly can't thank her enough for the positive reinforcement and guidance she's given me throughout high school. I'm graduating soon, and soon after that, I'll be majoring in theater studies at Kent State. I believe I have her to thank for that. I didn't think I would be pursuing any sort of career in fine arts, or even participating in them. If she hadn't supported me, I would still just be watching from the outside, wishing I had the courage to be a part of it. I'm where I am today because of her willingness to help me grow. Thank you, Mrs. Humphrey.
Dear Coach Reinball, over the past 4 years of my high school career, you have been the mentor in my life that pushed me beyond my limits, to work harder and achieve beyond what I thought I was capable for. I strongly believe I would not be the young man I am today without you. For that, I thank you. I thank you for being a strong and determined figure you are in my life, and I will miss your presence that I was used to every day.
The
teacher that I would like to honor is Jedley. I never had him as a teacher myself, but I did have him as a lifting coach. He's somebody that was always there for me if I needed somebody to talk to or if I needed somebody to hold me accountable for things. He did actually really hold me accountable when he put me on platform probation for 3 months, and the only way for me to get back in the app was if I showed up consecutively for 3 months. And I just want to say thank you for that, because at first it was a joke, but it actually made me a better person. It has made me hold myself accountable for many things. You have been there for me when I needed somebody the most, and you have made me a stronger and better person. I just want to say thank you so much, and I hope that you can impact another student's life as much as you did mine in the weight room. And now that I'm graduating, Lee, I have to tell your secret to everybody that his favorite show is The Winx, and it is a fairy movie, and I am so glad I no longer have to hold that secret because it is the funniest thing.